For those of you who know, मैं recently Abu Dhabi में थी. We were basically some 20 to 30 youngsters from different universities or young professionals. We were from all across the world. The energy of that entire room, you guys can't even imagine. It literally felt like I had so much to learn. The biggest thing about such spaces is that they teach you that it's okay to not know the right answers always, because that's the only way you grow. Again, that is, I think, culturally something India really needs to learn. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of edX Talks, and you guys can probably see that this is not the usual place and usual background. मैं बहुत ही chill और relax होके ये video बना रही हूँ, but yeah, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now and I was just not getting the time. But anyways, I have taken up the time today, and for those of you who know, मैं recently Abu Dhabi में थी and I wanted to share my experience. Now, in the first place, मैंने नहीं सोचा था कि मैं उसके बारे में content बनाऊंगी, video बनाऊंगी, because travel is not something that I cover. I did not even plan my trip to include the aspects of content into it. But I think वो trip अपने आप में इतना special और इतना full of learnings था that I have to share some parts of it specifically, which I think के मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा hit किए. People should know, like especially the Indian youngsters should know about that. So it's going to be a short video. I am not going to talk so much about the experience, but what I'm going to talk more about is how I got there, how you can get there, and how it is so important for us to be in such rooms, okay? Share it with your friends, share it with the youngsters, in your family, probably high schoolers, college going children, young professionals, and share it with the people who want to make impact and who are always on a lookout for such opportunities, because trust me, it's going to help them. Before I dive deep into all these things, the context for those who probably do not know, I was recently invited by the UAE Government Institute to attend World Future Energy Summit and be a part of Young Energy Fellowship programs. We were basically some 20 to 30 youngsters from different universities or young professionals. We were from all across the world. We had a couple of more Indians like me. We had people from US, Canada, Australia, Africa, Middle East, like everywhere. And all of these people were crazy. Like, they were doing some really amazing stuff in their own fields. But yeah, this was the gist, and the summit itself was another great deal to be a part of. So that's about it. And a few learnings, a few pointers जो मैं specially cover करना चाहती हूँ. Let's move on to that now. This is gonna be a slightly humble starting, okay? But the first thing that hit me was, though we were 3 Indians altogether in that entire cohort and the entire experience, nobody was actually from an Indian institute, So all 3 of us, we were Indians, but we were the Indians who were studying abroad or doing something abroad. Nobody was from an Indian university or Indian young professional. And why that hit me is because there should be, right? And that's one reason that I'm making the video, because I want you guys should know how to be in such rooms, how to get access to such rooms. Because to be honest, ये वो जगहें हैं जहाँ पे future की सिर्फ बात नहीं होती है, future के decisions लिए जाते हैं. So this was though about energy, but we had governance into it. We have policies into it. We had biggest world leaders here, okay? So these are the places where the future is being shaped, and it is being shaped for you and me. But if you and me are not a part of that room, then it creates a gap. So it is really important that we have access to these rooms so that we have a say in what our future looks like. So how do we get that? I would say it really depends firstly on interest. You need to show a lot of interest in impact related work, because जो world leaders वहाँ पे हैं वो अपने काम के कारण हैं, but जितने भी youngsters वहाँ पे हैं, you usually they just pick up the youngsters who have done some work into impact or who are inclined towards impact, social entrepreneurship, sustainability, volunteer work, okay? And then also along with that excellence into it. It's not just doing for the sake of it, but excellence into it. And ये सारे वो factors हैं जो मेरे channel पे बहुत सारी videos में मैंने cover किए हैं, but I still would keep on iterating them because it's just not enough, to talk about it once. So that was the first thing that I felt. And building onto that, secondly, I also felt that such opportunities need to be there in India as well, One another thing is कि हमारे यहाँ पे policy making जो है, it is not really a space where we see a lot of youngsters, whereas we need to. So India has a lot of social activism, which is good. I've been a part of it. It is, I would say, a necessary part because the world is online, but then we also need to be mindful that decisions are not made online. Decisions are being made offline, and सिर्फ social activism जो है वो real ground changes लाने में उसे बहुत time लग जाता है, and honestly sometimes it's not even enough to bring that change. So we need to also be a part of these spaces where policy making happens, and we need more such opportunities in India itself, maybe such programs and such events and conferences, and these do happen, okay? It's not like they do not exist, or such summits and such conferences and such spaces are not being done in India, but they are limited, and the youngster population, I would say, who's in these conferences or in these spaces is even more limited. So we need more of you to be a part of it. And now third, I'll explain why I'm so keen on having youngsters, because our entire cohort of some 20-30 people, we were all probably in our early 20s, okay? And the energy of that entire room, you guys can't even imagine. I mean, when I first came to NUS, I used to think about our classrooms that, wow, we have global exposure and people from different backgrounds and different parts of the world. And honestly, the debates and the discussions we have in our classrooms in NUS itself are really good, really thought-provoking, really intellectual. But then this was another level. It literally felt like I had so much to learn, because when you get the invite and you're like one of those few people across the world, you do feel wow about yourself. You do feel okay, kuch to maine achieve kiya. But once you enter the room and you look at the achievements of others who are probably at your age or even younger to you, it amazes you, and you're forced to think on the lines that you did not probably even know exist. You're forced to think in directions and in layers and in aspects that you never really thought could exist. So it's just amazing how young people are doing so much good work. So I met one person who is working in neuroscience, okay, and she's doing a project with for people with Alzheimer's. And then I met another one who's into building sciences, and he's working with AI and ML for, against fire security and all of that. So crazy stuff. And the beauty of it, when particularly you are with all these youngsters, is that you realize nobody here is waiting to be ready. Nobody here is waiting to be perfect. Nobody is waiting to get experience or expertise and then come on such platforms. We are all just building. We are all just a work in progress, and we are taking chances on ourselves. We are learning through experience. We are not scared of being wrong. Especially, the biggest thing about such spaces is that they teach you that it's okay to not know the right answers always, and it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to ask questions, because that's the only way you grow, and that's the only way you learn. And again, that is, I think, culturally something India really needs to learn. मतलब हम लोगों के लिए, a lot of us do come from a background, or I would say cultural learning, that we want everything to be perfect. Okay, a lot of us just always keep waiting to be ready, and work as per the rules and instructions के इतना experience चाहिए, पहले हम ये करेंगे, पहले हम डिग्री लेंगे, हम ये सर्टिफिकेट लेंगे, हम फिर उसके बाद अपने पे चांस लेंगे, और शायद तब भी नहीं लेंगे. We would wait for somebody else to give us that chance. But that's just not how the entire world works, especially आज की date में, you know. If there are 100 people who are willing to take a bet on themselves and you are not taking it, trust me, there are limited opportunities. Those 100 would get it. You would not even get your turn. So we need to learn that. We need to learn to be a work in progress and still conquer the world. And another thing is, when you enter one of these rooms, your access to others becomes much easier. मतलब आप एक बार भी अगर किसी ऐसी जगह पे पहुंच जाते हो, या अगर आप एक बार किसी esteemed, किसी prestigious institute के साथ connect हो जाते हो, relate हो जाते हो, या even अगर आप एक बार अपने दम पे कुछ real impact create कर देते हो, that you're noticeable, your access to probably 10-20 other such places becomes so easy, because it's like a verification badge, okay? You verified to be working in this space. You're suddenly verified to be having an experience and expertise in this place. And that matters a lot, okay? And I'm not sharing this to romanticize any global event or a global space. I'm just sharing all of this because there is a gap between us and these rooms where growth is happening, where decisions are being taken, where future is being made. But that gap is much smaller than it looks from outside. Honestly speaking, if I can be here, you can be too, and it is not a motivational speaker kind of a thing. It's just pure delusion, I think, that has kept on working for me along with some hard work. So I want more of us to be in these rooms. I want more youngsters and more Indian youngsters to be in these places, because I'm again emphasizing it like I've done in a lot of my videos. We are the largest demographic. We have our entire lives ahead of us. India is a growing economy. We can really make a change, even if not at a really huge scale, even if not a global change, at least a change for ourselves and people in our immediate surroundings. All I want from this video is that if it can encourage you to take a chance on yourself, if it can encourage you to look out for opportunities, it's nothing. These are simple programs and probably conferences, summits, networking events, high school programs, or even excursions, or even your university events. Small things build up into big, huge achievements that you can never think of initially, but you need to take those small steps first. So this has to be your sign to take those small steps. Do whatever you can, whatever is in your capacity and capability, and you want to do it, just go do it, and universe will always reward you for it. I know this video was really different from the others that I usually do. I did not have a topic or a theme as such. It's just me, okay? I did not even have lessons as such. It was more of my observations, but I really wanted to share it with you all because it's just a way of making all of you a part of that experience. If I can get access to it, you all should too. And this is my way of, doing that part and helping that access get broader and bigger. So yeah, I really hope that you like the video, and please do share your experiences, your opinions, what you feel about it. Even if you are seeking, more such resources, just put it in the comments and we would try to cover that up either in form of a video, or we would reach out to you, we would share resources, however we can help, and share it with your friends, share it with your families, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for next week.